What's up, everyone? Welcome back to David 360, where we dig deep into the stories that matter. And today, we've got the real bombshell. If you are as tired of the corruption talk as I am, then trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. So yesterday, Ghana's Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Aine, dropped a massive update on the government's efforts to claw back the billions lost to corruption. And man, oh boy, it's a lot more than we are expecting. This wasn't just another political speech. He came with facts, names, and figures that will have that will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about how deep the rot goes in Ghana's public sector. Now, when President Mahama said Ghana is a crime scene, people were laughing. But Dr. Aine gave us a deep dive into the aura, Operation Recover or Loot, the government's ways to trying to bring or get back the money that's been stolen from the public purse. And it's not just talk. He laid out real numbers, cases, and institutions involved. We're talking about the Economic and Organized Crime Office, NIB, FIC, and the Auditors General's Department, all working together to set up special courts for financial crimes. These are interesting times. Now, this isn't just a press release. Things are happening now. Look, the District Roads Project scandal, overpaid by millions. One of the first things Aine hit was with the District Roads Improvement Project. Yeah, you heard that right. Roads. It turns out a company called JA Plant Pool Ghana Limited got overpaid by $2 million on a $176 million contract. That's wild. And it doesn't stop there. It turns out they cheated the state out of 38.7 million Ghana cedis in tax duties by clearing 190 machines as tax exempt. Oh, Ghana. They also inflated the price of equipment. Long story short, Ainis ordered the company to refund the overpaid money. And the Ghana Revenue Authority is on it. We hope they recover that money very soon. This is just one example of how badly things have been mismanaged. We talk of the ghost names saga, the NSA's 2.2 billion cedis fraud. Aine talked about that. I mean, it's a shame. You see, what started as a 548 million cedis loss turned into a 2.2 billion cedis scandal after a forensic audit. That's right, billion with a B. A lot of former officials are now facing persecution, and minor players have flipped to become witnesses, revealing the architects behind the whole scam. They're running away. It's unbelievable. This case shows just how deep fraud can go on in public service. What is the lacuna here? Look, people stealing from the very institution meant to serve the nation. My goodness. One of the high-profile case, Kwabena Edubuahin. I mean, a case that caught everyone's attention. It's called The Rumble in the Jungle. And it's about Kwabena Edubuahin, former Director General of the National Signals Bureau. I will throw more light on that in my next video. This guy allegedly diverted 49.1 million, around $7 million, from a cyber security contract. The money went through a bunch of companies tied to him and is facing charges of stealing, money laundering, and defrauding the government. I mean, how does this even happen? Damn! A man working in national security, diverting funds for personal gain. Wow, that's a next level crime. And this isn't some small time player. This is a high ranking official, a guy who should have been keeping the country safe. Jesus Christ. You can talk of the buffer stock scandal, from food to fraud. I mean, it's a shame. Ghana, where are we heading to? My goodness. Hanan Abdul Wahab, the former CEO, allegedly turned public food funds into private gold. He and his wife, along with a crew of accomplices, are accused of siphoning millions through front companies. They moved 50.8 million Ghana cedis from buffer stock accounts to a good chunk of it has just disappeared. What's shocking is the lifestyle these guys were living. 61 designer bags, luxury homes, and expensive watches, while the country's food security was being robbed blind. This is a reminder of how, in some cases, greed can destroy the very foundations of public service. The very foundation of public services. And here is something that Aine and then Sam Nati George, MP for Ningo Pram, have both warned about. The connection between real estate and money laundering. Have you ever looked at the skyline of Accra and wondered how it got so beautiful? Well, that's it. It turns out a lot of that shine might have been built on dirty money. Aine pointed out how stolen funds are often channeled into luxury apartments. But behind it, there is a lot of blood on the money. These luxury developments may look pretty, but it's built on the sweat and suffering of those who never saw a penny of the money that was supposed to serve them. So, my dear people, should we say accountability at last? But will it even stick? That's a question we should ask ourselves. Here's the thing. Though for once, accountability seems to be happening. The government is freezing assets, naming names, and going after those who thought they could get away with it. But we know that recovery is only half the battle. It's one thing to seize assets. It's another to make sure those assets are used for public good. Dr. Aine called for transparency in the process. We need an asset recovery dashboard, something that tracks where all this seized wealth is going. Because without that transparency, we could see the cycle of corruption just repeating itself. That's it. The bottom line is, we need more than just words. In the end, Aine's appeal was clear. It's time to start asking tough questions. It's time to start asking these tough questions. How does a public servant making $28,000 a month afford $1.6 million mansion? Ask yourself, how did the national security chief get away with stealing cyber funds? How are ghost names still robbing the country? The real question is whether Ghana's institutions can still roar, or if they are just going to whimper under the weight of all the corruption. This is a rumble in the jungle. The rumble in the jungle isn't just about one man or one case. It's about whether Ghana's institutions will continue to stand up for justice and accountability, or if the cycle will keep spinning. This is David's Thursday. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on issues that matter most. Until this time, stay aware, stay humane, and let's keep fighting for a better Ghana. Have a great day, and God bless you.